Hello everyone, my name is Shankar and today's topic is mobile photography. Before that, let me thank Department of English of Nadkarni Mandal's College for giving me this opportunity to teach you something. Now in this video, I will divide into two parts, that is editing and the tips which I'll give you at the end of the video. Now in editing, today I will use an app called Snapseed. It is very easy to use, made by Google, absolutely free of cost. In this video, I will show you how to take this image, turn it into this. Also, I will show you how to add fake clouds or sky into this image. So without wasting any time, let's jump back into the app. So here I have opened the photo in the app. So this is the layout which you see at the beginning. One part is the looks and second part is the tools. Looks are basically the filters that you may want to use in your photo without doing anything to the photo, just normal filters given by the app itself. We don't want to do that at the first, we are not here for that. So let's go for tools. This is the basic layout which you will get in the Snapseed. First thing first is the tune image. Basically it will allow you to change different aspects of the image: brightness, contrast, saturation, whatever. To do that, just press and hold, and if you just go up and down, you will see that it's a menu. Okay, so it lists all the things which you want to change. So first thing first, I want to change the brightness. If you go too overboard, it is too bright. If you go too dark, so I'm going to slightly increase the brightness. At the same time, contrast, basically it pulls out the color into opposite direction. If you just increase the contrast, it makes black even more black, and the bright part orange makes it more grungier. So you don't want to go overboard with it, keep in the limit. So I'm just going to increase the contrast a slight bit, around 36. That's good for me. Saturation, basically increasing the saturation of the colors which are there in the photo. So I'm gonna slightly saturate it because I want to make that mud look nice. So I'm gonna make it for 37. It's good. Ambience, it increases the atmosphere around the photo, it increases the lightness of the photo. If you increase the ambience, it makes the image look much more brighter, looks like it is filling with light. If you decrease it, it removes the light. So as per your choice, you may go ahead with whatever you want. I want to increase the ambience slightly so the camera, the old classic camera, looks really nice. Highlights. Now highlight, what is highlights? There are two parts for the image, that is highlights and the shadows. Highlights are basically the brighter part of the image, and that is like my shirt. If you see right now, it is the highlight. Okay, the shadows, second part is the shadow, the darker part of the image, that is highlights and the shadow. So if you want your highlights, that is the brighter part of the image, to be affected, you can go down, you can just swipe left and right. Okay, so I'm just gonna reduce this highlight so that there is more detail is popping out from the camera. Shadows, take it down, it will bring out the depth, it will give more depth to the photo. So I'm gonna go slightly less shadow, 20th. Warmth, basically the warmth of the photo. Basically, do you want your photo to be very cool or very warm? If you take it very warm, minus 100, it looks like it is in a cold environment. If you take it to plus 100, it looks like it is in a furnace. So I'm just gonna slightly make it warmer so that mud looks very yellow. I'm gonna do it. So this is by default, it's looking nice. From this to this, if you press and hold on the screen, it will go back to the original image. If you just remove the finger, it looks like this, the edited part. Second part is details. Now what's detail is, it will allow you to change two aspects, that is structure and the sharpness. Structure basically makes the image more rugged. If you increase the structure, you will see the entire camera also with the mud on the surface is making more rigid, right? So rugged, I would say. So I'll slightly increase it. At the same time, sharpness, increase the sharpness of the image. Now here, note that you do not want to increase structure for all the images. If you editing a face, you may want to go down a bit, minus it, so that the face is slightly smoother. Don't go overboard with the structure, going too minus, making it look like a cartoon face. Don't do it, go slightly less. So I'm going to increase the sharpness. Okay, now curves are basically changing the values of the photo, that is highlight, shadows, midtones, blacks and the whites. It's a different topic altogether, it's a huge topic altogether, but let me give you one basic tip. If you want, if you just hold this button, this line, if you take it, pull it up slightly, okay, and make a one more point and bring it down little bit, it will give you that film look, faded film look, that kind of rusty vibe. You can just see this gives you that kind of rusty vibe. Okay, it's a whole topic altogether, curves, very long topic. We'll cover it in next time if we get a chance. Next is white balance. White balance is basically nothing but the giving you correct color of your photo. If your photo looks too orange or too green, okay, if it is not showing you the accurate color, you can use white balance to increase the temperature of the photo or decrease it as per your liking. At the same time, if you hold and pull it down, it also uses you to change the tint of the photo, make it more reddish, pinkish or greenish as per your choice. I'm not gonna change anything over here because I'm finding the photo really well. Crop, basically the crop. So I'm gonna crop the photo slightly. Now next is rotate. Now basically I want to rotate the photo slightly so that the camera looks straight. Next part is healing. Now healing, what it does is that it will allow you to remove some blemishes or some spot like a pimple on a face. So here I want to remove this part. Okay, these are some bits and pieces I want to remove. So go to tools, select healing. Very important is that you zoom into the photo. If you just remove it, it won't look good. So zoom in, okay, and just wipe it down. Done. So I want to remove some more bits. Like this green leaves on the side, I'm gonna remove this. If you make a mistake, you can just like this. If you make a mistake like this, you can just press the undo button, okay, then start it all over again. One thing, take your time in this, because and zoom in into the image, zoom in so that you can remove the minute details like this. One more, okay, this. So if you press and hold, this was the earlier image, now it is like this. Now coming back to the main thing which I showed you in the beginning, is black and some part is black and white, some part is colored. So I'm gonna go for black and white. Okay, I'm gonna reduce the brightness slightly, increase the contrast. Okay, I want over here the camera to be black and white and the surrounding to be colory. How do you do it? If you see on the top right, there are 4 buttons. Okay, there's one button with the arrow going behind. Tap on it. Okay, in that you will see view edits. Okay, this will show you all the edits that you have done to your photo from beginning to end. The last one is black and white. I'm gonna tap on it. You will see 3 buttons. Again, first one is to delete, second I'll come to it, third one is to adjust the black and white, again that is contrast, brightness, whatever you want. Middle one is called stack brush. So here it will allow you to paint or make the part black and white whichever you want in the image. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to make it completely 100. On the below part you can increase or decrease the saturation point or the power of that particular thing. If it make it completely 0, nothing will be black and white. Make it 25%, 50% or 100. So I'm going to start with 100 and I'm just going to brush it all the part which I want. Don't worry, if something goes overboard, we'll correct it. Okay, now this is a rough thing which I have done. Now you will see that there are many areas I have gone overboard. How do you correct it? Just minus it to 0. Okay, zoom in, zoom in, and slowly remove the excess brush. By mistake, if you remove the black and white part also, just go back to 100, zoom in, and make it black and white again. This is how you do it. Take your time over here, do not hurry. Now if you want to see how much of the image you have affected, if you see there is a eyeball, tap on it, it will show you which part of the image you have brushed. Okay, now some part was left, I'm gonna brush it. So there you go, you can see that the camera is black and white and background is coloring. If you want to go opposite, you can see that there is a button on the bottom left, the second button, which will invert the things. If you want the background to be black and white, you can just invert it. So press it, right button, and done. Now if you see here, one tip I'll give you is that when you go to view edits, okay, it lists all the edits that you have done. Now here in the stack brush, it will allow you to paint whatever area the brush, whatever area which you want to be affected. This can apply to every other tool in the Snapseed. For example, tune. If you want to tune the image and want to affect the image at a one particular area, what you can do, you can tune the image entirely, go to view edits, and again brush the part which you want to be affected. So small tip. So next is perspective. So what it does is that if your photo is slightly looking at the left, if it is a building slightly tilted, whatever, or perspective is changed, you can use it to correct the perspective. So go to perspective, you can just change it slightly, and the rest of the thing will be filled by the app itself. So it was looking like this, now it is looking like this. Now here it is, from this to this in just couple of minutes. So next image, let's jump on to the next image where I will show you how to add sky to or clouds to an image where there are no clouds. Okay, this is the second image. Okay, I'll show you how to add fake clouds or sky, if you want to call it, to this image. Okay, so let's start some basic editing first. Okay, so main thing is adding fake clouds or sky. How do you do it? First thing, you need to download a sky background from Google, okay, or Pinterest. Okay, keep it ready and go to tools, go to double exposure. In double exposure, you can take two images and lay it on top of each other to make it a new image. You can take multiple images, stack it on top of each other and make it a new image. We can use the same thing to add fake clouds in our image. Okay, so what you're gonna do, press the plus sign. I have already downloaded one cloud. Okay, this is the cloud which I have already downloaded. I'm gonna adjust as per my liking. Okay, now I'm gonna increase the opacity. It is a second button from the right. Okay, tick mark it. Now just like the previous photo where I showed you how to brush the certain part of the photo black and white, same way you go to the view edits part. Okay, view edits, double exposure, the middle one. Now it will allow you to brush the area which you want. Now I'm gonna start from 25%. Okay, I'm gonna brush slowly from top. I'm gonna make it to 50%. Slowly add clouds. This is how you do it, and tick mark. And that's it. You are done. We have taken this image from this to this in just few minutes. Now it's up to you how you want to use these tools to your advantage. Basically, sky is the limit. Now I have just showed you 2 images in this video. You can just go through some more images which I'm gonna show you right now, where I have used Snapseed to edit them. You can use this software in your own way. Start exploring this software. You will find new things. So that's it for the editing part. Let's jump on the tips part. Let's start with the second part of the video, that is tips. First tip I want to give you is this. Something which is overlooked by many is to clean that lens. What I mean by that, basically we keep our phones at various places, on our tables, on our beds, in our pockets. So there are chances that it can get dirty and it can affect your images quality, because there are some dirt on that. It can affect your images. So basic thing, clean that, then start clicking. Second tip is also very easy to overlook, that is to tap to focus. What I mean by that, when you take a photo in your camera, many what they do, they just take the camera, frame it and just click it. It's very important that you tap on the subject which you want to be in the focus or to be very sharp. Just tap it, get it into focus and get the photo very sharp. Very easy to miss, but it's very important to do also. Third tip is to use the manual mode. If your camera has a manual mode, also called as pro mode, then please start using it. It will open up a new different dimension in your mobile photography. But here I want to attack one part in that manual mode, that is ISO. What is ISO? To simplify it in a simple language, ISO is nothing but adding artificial light into your photos. Example, if you are in a darker environment where there is less light, you can increase the ISO and get a brighter image. But the side effect is that if you increase the ISO too much, it can make the photo very grainy. For example, if you take your mobile and shoot outdoors, the photo is very clear. But if you shoot indoors, it is not that clear, it is not that sharp, it is certainly having that grain. So start playing with that ISO. Let me show you an example of what exactly I mean. Okay, this photo was shot by keeping the ISO at auto level. As you can see, it is not having that sharpness. It is bright, but it is not having that sharpness. This photo was taken at ISO 100. As you can see, it is too dark. This photo was shot at ISO 800. As you can see, it is sharp, also well exposed, and you can use it really well. After editing it, this photo, I got this. I used the healing tool in the Snapseed to remove the wires. Fourth tip is to use the Gcam, also called as Google Camera app, also called as Pixel Camera app. Download that app if your mobile supports it. That app, that single app, will take your photo from this quality to this quality in just a minute. The software work that Google has done, it is far superior to your default camera app. So start using that Pixel Camera app. Next tip, take that mobile and turn it upside down. What I mean by that, when you shoot this way, the camera is on top. Okay, it will give you a different view. But when you turn it upside down, it will give you a different perspective altogether. Let me show you an example. If you see this photo, it was shot in a normal way like this, keeping the camera like this. It's good, not bad. This was shot turning the camera upside down. You can see it gives a different perspective altogether. Next tip, very important tip, is to understand the light. What I mean by that, start learning how lighting will affect your photos, the direction of the light, the quality of the light, what kind of light you are using, whether it is sunlight, natural light, whether it is a window light, okay, whether it's a normal tube light, okay, the direction. If you see, I'm being lit from this side right now, and the tube light up top, there is no light from this side, that's why this side is darker. So start understanding how lighting will affect your photo, so it will help you to take better images down the line, because you have understood how lighting affects your image, from where it is coming, how strong the light is, whether it is in afternoon, whether it is up top, right on top of your head in the afternoon time, how it's going to affect your image. You need to learn that. Start learning the light. Next tip I want to give you is a composition tip, very easy to use, that is rule of thirds. Basically it is dividing your frame into 9 equal boxes, or 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines, and the point is to keep your subject at this intersection points. What it does is that it draws the attention of your viewer to that subject. Let me show you some examples. This bird, if you see, it is having that same rule of third applied. Same for this dog, bird. Here one thing you have to remember is that you don't have to shoot exactly in the rule of thirds, okay. Here you can use shoot and then compose. What I mean by that, you can shoot wide, okay, and then in editing app you can crop as per the rule of thirds. Next tip is not related to mobile photography as such, but it is related to uploading photos on Instagram. Now if you see, on Instagram it allows you to upload horizontal photos in its full length, but if you take a vertical photo it won't allow you to upload in its full length. Now what you can do, you can have two options. First, to crop the image in the aspect ratio of 5:4. This way it will allow you to upload in the full length. But if you are like me, who doesn't like to upload in the crop format, what you can do, you can download an app called No Crop. There are many apps on Play Store called No Crop. Download the least MB wala app and you are good to go. Put the image in that app, it will put 2 white bars and you can upload in the full length on Instagram. Last thing is to have fun. It is not a competition out there to take the best photo, so it's very important that you enjoy the photography. Go out there, start shooting. It doesn't matter which mobile you have, whether it is an iPhone or a 5,000 rupee phone, you are already having a good camera with you. It's up to your imagination how you take a good photo. A cheap mobile doesn't mean that it is having a bad camera. It's up to your imagination, up to your creativity, how you use that mobile to get better images. And that's it for this video today. I hope you learned something. If you have any doubts, you can ask me on my Instagram or on my Facebook. I'm happy to help. And once again, thank you to Department of English of Nadkarni College for giving me this chance to teach you something. Thank you.